June is looking exceptionally social. We've got live music, hot air balloons, medieval villages, theater, parades, festivals, and oddly, 10,000 rubber ducks is not the weirdest thing on the list because we've got, among other things, haunted dolls. I'm Walt the Realtor with Murray Associates right here in Springfield, Missouri, and these are the top 10 coolest things to do in and around Springfield for the month of June in the year of our Lord 2026. Here we go. Starting us off at number 10, Concert in the Wild featuring Molly Healy is happening Thursday, June 11th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at Dickerson Park Zoo. They do this from time to time during the warmer months, and it's always a good time. You get to hang out in the zoo after hours, listen to some live music while all the animals are busy doing their animal things. And is it just me, or do the lemurs just always seem a little judgy? Uh, if you're not familiar with Molly Healy, she plays strings and she sings, and she's a member of the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, and she's super talented. And playing at the zoo gives things a completely different vibe. And if you're paying attention, you will for sure overhear at least one guy trying to impress his date with all of the amazing animal facts he knows. And he never seems to notice how unimpressed she really is. So multiple levels of entertainment. Tickets are just $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and there's a discount if you're a friend of the zoo. And if you're already at the zoo earlier in the day, you can just stay for the concert at no extra charge. All the details are at dickersonparkzoo.org. At number 9, Springfield Little Theater is presenting Anything Goes at the historic Landers Theater, running June 12th through the 28th. And if you're not familiar with this show, picture a giant old school Broadway musical where everybody seems to have consumed dangerous quantities of caffeine. I mean, we're talking tap dancing, elaborate costumes, mistaken identities, people falling in love with the wrong people, and songs that you didn't know that you already knew. And your grandparents, they totally know all the words to those songs. And Springfield Little Theater, they really do go all in on this stuff. Great sets, amazing choreography, and the energy level of a bunch of toddlers on Skittles. Adult seats start at $35, cheaper for students, seniors, and kids, and you can get showtimes and tickets at springfieldlittletheater.org. Our number 8 event is Ozarks Pridefest, happening Saturday, June 13th, downtown Springfield. The parade kicks off at 11:30 in the morning, followed by a full day of vendors, live performances, food trucks, music, enough glitter to alter the ecosystem of downtown Springfield. And whether this event is specifically your thing or not, Pride Fest always brings a lot of positive energy to downtown. And from a pure people watching standpoint, I mean, mwah, chef's kiss. I guess I don't actually need to say chef's kiss if I'm doing a chef's kiss, but whatever. The event is free to attend, which is always nice considering that it seems like everything in America now somehow costs $40 plus convenience fees. More on that later. For the full schedule, entertainment lineup, parking information, that kind of stuff, head over to ozarkspridefest.com. In the number 7 spot, we've got Stomp the Blues Out of Homelessness, happening Saturday, June 13th, starting at 1 p.m. This is an annual blues festival benefit to fund local nonprofit organizations that specialize in helping the homeless or people in crisis who are at risk of becoming homeless, including Laura's Home, Dar House, Play It Forward, Rare Breed, the Youth Connect Center, and the Ozarks chapter of Women in Need. This year's slate includes the Brenda Meyer Band, Marcus Trummer, Chase Walker, and, if you know, Anders Osborne. If you're watching this on YouTube, I put the links to their YouTube channels in the description, so go check them all out. Now, not only do we have top-level talent coming to town for this event, but it bears noting that blues people in general are always just kind of a fun crowd to hang out with, so make sure that this one is on your calendar. The festival's taking place at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial at the American Legion Outpost located at 2660 South Scenic, which is just north of Battlefield and just south of the Botanical Gardens, if you know where that is. Advanced tickets are $38, but they'll be $45 at the gate if you don't like to plan ahead. And you can get all the details at, this one's a long one, stompthebluesOutofhomelessness.com. At number 6, we've got Pops in the Park, happening Saturday, June 20th at Phelps Grove Park, which is hidden in that little midtown neighborhood between Kimbrough and National on the east and west, and Grand and Sunshine on the north and south. But there's not enough parking there, So they've arranged for off-site parking and free shuttles. Now, here's what this is. This is a benefit concert performed by a band called Jeans and Classics, along with members of the Springfield Symphony Orchestra. And they'll be playing classics from the 80s as a benefit for the Springfield Art Museum. So this is one of those laid-back events where people bring folded chairs and blankets, of course, but maybe also quasi-sophisticated to the point where there'll be more than a few folks with picnic baskets and charcuterie boards and stuff like that, which sounds good. I myself will probably bring a Diet Coke and a can of Pringles, sour cream and onion. That's it. If you're not a picnic kind of person, there will be food trucks. Now, here's the best part. It's free. And I know what you're thinking, but Walt, how can this be free when it's a benefit to support the art museum? Well, the whole thing is being paid for by sponsors who are all hoping that you'll do business with them at some point. So be sure to pay attention to who those sponsors are and help them out. That way they'll pay for this event next year too. Now, even though you don't need tickets, you do need to know where to go to park. So check out sgfmuseum.org for all the details.
Let's all go to the lobby.
All right, since we're halfway through the list, it's time for a quick intermission. If you like having somebody else sort through the endless mountain of Springfield events and just hand you the cool stuff, do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe to the channel, and maybe leave a comment telling me which event you're planning to hit this month. All that stuff helps the channel grow, and it helps more local folks like you figure out what's actually happening around town other than Taco Tuesday nights at every local dive in town. Nothing against local dives or tacos. I'm a huge fan of both. Now, since this is technically a real estate channel, if you've got questions about buying or selling a house in the Springfield area, there's a pretty decent chance I've already made a video answering your exact question. So go check out my YouTube channel. And if you don't find a video that answers your question, ask me that question and I'll answer it. At number 5, Weird Al Yankovic, or maybe it's Yankovic, I don't know, but he's bringing the Bigger and Weirder tour to Great Southern Bank Arena on Wednesday, June 17th. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Weird Al, somehow, understand that he's not normal. This show will be multimedia nonsense, music and comedy and audience sing-alongs and general insanity. I mean, it takes a special kind of brain to hear a hit song and wonder, what if that song was actually about a bologna sandwich? And if you're weird enough that that sounds fun to you, first off, soulmates, but secondly, you're going to love this. The opening act is Puddles the Clown. And if you're not familiar with who that is, somehow, here you go.
Keep my glass filling till morning light, 'cause I'm just holding on for dear life. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass filling till morning light, 'cause I'm just holding on for dear life. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass filling till morning light.
Now, if you recall, I threw in a little gripe in the first half of this video about ticketing fees. Well, here's where that pays off. Tickets to this show start at about $31, but ticket fees for buying those online will run you about $15, and parking will cost you $20. So if you're doing the math, the university is charging more for the privilege of buying a ticket than they are for the ticket itself. But if you're willing to pick up your ticket in person, you can save that $15. And if you don't mind a 10-minute walk, you can find free parking over by downtown. And suddenly the tickets are actually kind of reasonable. But if you don't mind the shakedown, you can get those tickets at MissouriStateTix.com. But don't do that. The number 4 spot belongs to the World Oddities Expo happening June 20th and 21st at the Springfield Expo Center. Now this one's not for everybody. This event looks like somebody took a haunted antique shop and a Victorian medical textbook and an Etsy store and threw them all in a blender. You'll find preserved specimens, odd collectibles, creepy jewelry, horror-themed stuff, things that make you go, somebody made that. Not to mention there'll be demonstrations and performers doing crazy stuff in classes you can sign up for. Like they've got a class on owl pellet dissection. Owl pellet dissection. And the people who put these things on, they're fully committed. I guarantee you at least one person is going to have ram's horns attached to their head somehow. Tickets start at $20, but there are perks and upgrades available if you're into that kind of stuff. And even if you're not looking to buy anything, if you're kind of into the creepy side of life, just wandering around checking things out sounds like it might be worth the price of admission. So go check it out at worldodditiesexpo.com. At number 3, Springfield's Juneteenth celebrations are taking place across multiple locations June 18th through the 20th, and this is really less of a single event and more of an entire weekend lineup centered around history, music, food, culture, and community. Specifically celebrating June 19th as the day that Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, and informed the last enslaved Black Americans that they were free and that they'd actually been free for 2 years and just nobody had bothered to tell them. Things kick off June 18th with a screening of Black Panther at the Moxie Cinema for $5. Then there's a couple of things going on June 19th, including the Freedom Day Music Fest at Founders Park, running from noon to 7 p.m. And that includes a bunch of musical acts and speakers, plus free food, games, vendors, and bounce houses for the kids. Then starting at 7 p.m., the SGF Juneteenth concert will be kicking off at the Riff, featuring Trina. Then June 20th wraps everything up with the Juneteenth community celebration at the Springfield Expo Center from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the Mosaic Arts Collective is sponsoring Mosaic in the Park at Silver Springs Park starting at 7 p.m. So there's music, performances, food, vendors, family events, all kinds of things happening basically all weekend long. And because they're spread across multiple locations, you can really tailor the experience however you want. Details from most of the events are available at sgfjuneteenth.com. But for information on the Freedom Day Music Festival, look up Shine Foundation 417 on Facebook. And a special shout out to the community partnership of the Ozarks as well. Our runner-up in the number 2 spot is the Hart Renaissance Faire, running weekends June 13th through June 28th. And if you've never been to a Renaissance Fair before, first of all, what have you been doing with your life? But secondly, imagine a medieval village populated entirely by theater kids and turkey leg enthusiasts, and probably at least one guy that legit has a sword collection. You've got armored combat and jousting and comedy acts, musicians, a lot of artists and vendors, games, costumes, plenty of food that's designed to kill you immediately. But what really makes it fun for me is how into it people get. I mean, when I go, I dress like this, but so many people dress like fairies and trolls and elves and things like that. There doesn't seem to be any middle ground. Either you're wearing shorts and a t-shirt or you're ready to battle a dragon. So just, a lot of fun. There's no place else that I can think of where you can seriously get a Scotch egg and a goblet of mead. I mean, it's a plastic cup, but it's mead, and also a funnel cake. Tickets vary a little bit if you get them earlier at the gate, but it's cheap either way. It's like $10. So get over to whitehartfair.com to get your tickets, and keep an eye open for me while you're there. I'll be the middle-aged guy wearing cargo shorts and a t-shirt, destroying a hand pie. That should narrow it down to like, 400 guys? And finally, our event of the month is the Sertoma Duck Race Festival. It's happening June 19th and 20th at the Finley River Park in Ozark, and this is just one of the best all-around summer festivals anywhere in the area. Friday night kicks things off with the Hot Air Balloon Glow, which basically means giant glowing balloons lighting up the park while everybody walks around holding hands with their sweetie, pretending they're in a Hallmark movie. Then Saturday gets crazy. You've got 10,000 rubber ducks racing down the Finley River with $60,000 worth of prizes at stake, including a Chevy Silverado. Plus there's a huge car, truck, and bike show, a pie eating contest, fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors, a beer garden, a cornhole tournament, live music, and a full kid zone to keep the Rugrats entertained. This is one of those events where it doesn't matter which direction you look, there's something else going on. And admission is free, so why wouldn't you go? And if you do spend some money, either at the event or by adopting some ducks, you'll be helping to support these local nonprofit organizations. So why wouldn't you do that? For the full schedule, parking details, and information about adopting some ducks, head over to sertomaduckrace.com. All right, y'all, that's the list for June. And this month's going to personally keep me busy. At the very least, my wife and I will be heading to the zoo to see Molly Healy perform, and I'd like to hit the Blues Festival and the Ren Fair, and I can't miss the duck race. And I have to admit, I'm kind of curious about the Oddities Expo, although I don't think I could get my wife to join me on that one. If you end up at any of those events and you see me wandering around, be sure to say hi. And of course, if you've been thinking about buying or selling a home, scan the QR code that's on your screen to visit walttherealtor.com. You'll find all my contact information there. Call, text, or email anytime. I'm always happy to help. I'm Walt the Realtor with Murray Associates right here in Springfield, Missouri, reminding you, if someone offers to sell you a creepy doll, buyer beware. See you next month. Have fun.